What's up, everyone? This is Corey, and I'm going to show you how to play Roll with It by Oasis. So let's start with the chord progression during the intro. You have an A minor 6 chord with your first finger on the B string first fret, second finger on the G string second fret, and third finger on the high E string second fret. Then you have this weird C seventh chord with your first finger on the D string second fret, second finger on the A string third fret, third finger on the G string third fret, and fourth finger on the B string third fret. And then you have a standard G major chord with your first finger on the A string second fret, second finger on the low E string third fret, the open D and G strings, third finger on the B string third fret, and fourth finger on the high E string third fret. So. Then, as you transition into the verse, you have this chord progression. So, you have an A major chord with the open A string, your second finger on the D string second fret, third finger on the G string second fret, fourth finger on the B string second fret, and the open high E string. Then, you take your fourth finger off the B string and strum the open B string for an A sus2. And you also slide your fourth finger up one fret for an A sus4. So. Then you have the verse where you're going to play a drone chord progression. You strum the G major chord. Then you have this turnaround chord progression where Liam sings, "But it's all too much for me to take." So you keep your third and fourth fingers where they are on the B and high E strings on the third fret. Use your first finger for the D string second fret, second finger for the A string third fret, and strum the open G string. That's a C sus2 chord. Then, while again keeping your third and fourth fingers where they are, put your first finger on the A string second fret and strum the open D and G strings for I think that's a B minor chord. And then, while again keeping your third and fourth fingers where they are, use your first finger for the D string second fret, second finger for the G string second fret, and strum the open A string for an A7 sus4 chord. So it goes like this. All right, and then you do the same thing at the end of the verse when he sings, "I think I got that feeling I lost inside." So. And then at the end you strum the C sus2 B minor, and you strum the C sus2, the B minor, and And then you strum a D major chord with your first finger on the G string 2nd fret, second finger on the high E string 2nd fret, third finger on the B string 3rd fret, and the open A and D strings. And then you also briefly put your 4th finger on the high E string 3rd fret for a D sus4. And then you go back to the G major. So that goes like this. Then you have the chorus, where you're going to add 2 additional chords. You have an F major with your first finger barring the B and high E strings on the 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string 3rd fret, and 4th finger on the D string 3rd fret. And you have a C major chord with your first finger on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string 3rd fret, and the open G string. So you alternate between the F and G major chords. Then you strum the F major, then the C major, D major, C sus2, B minor, D major. So the whole chorus goes like this. Then last is the solo. It's pretty simple. The first part is just 4 notes. You have a G on the D string 5th fret, slide it up 2 frets to an A, and then 2 more frets to a B. Then you also have an E on the A string 7th fret. So the first part goes like this. Then you have this lick at the end. So use your first finger to bar a D on the G string 7th fret and a B on the high E string 7th fret. Use your second finger for a G on the B string 8th fret and your 4th finger for an A on the B string 10th fret. And that's the whole song. Next I will cover it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.